Tonight, on the heels of President Trump signing his massive domestic policy bill into law, his former close ally, Elon Musk, announcing the formation of a new political party. Musk, the world's richest person, taking to his social media site X to say, "We live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." Musk, who was President Trump's top campaign donor, has been feuding with the president over the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, which the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says will add more than $3 trillion to the national debt over the next 10 years. Musk has referred to the legislation as a debt slavery bill and had been teasing a new political party for days. The Tesla CEO did not respond to questions from NBC News seeking clarity about today's announcement.
The stock market's at an all-time high.
For his part, President Trump has been celebrating the bill. The legislation extends the tax cuts from his first term, reduces taxes on tips and overtime pay, and provides funds for his immigration priorities. It also makes some of the biggest cuts in history to social safety net programs like Medicaid and food assistance.
They aren't cuts. They're more so requirements, okay? You got to get off your butt if you're going to get this assistance, if you're an able-bodied person. Now, yeah, we got to talk about Elon Musk starting his America Party, which I think is absolutely bogus, and I think it's a bunch of nothing, and I'll explain why. Later on in the video, we're going to get into that. But I do think it's quite interesting that he decided to announce it now, right? Or like right around the 4th of July. Kind of interesting, right? Kind of interesting. But let me play what Uncle Trump had to say about Elon Musk's new potential party.
Elon Musk starting a third party.
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed for two parties. Third parties have never worked. So he can have fun with it, but I think it's ridiculous.
I think it's quite ridiculous, too. And I think there may be something deeper to this than just Elon Musk being angry. Because I do think he's angry. I do think that he's upset with Trump because Trump didn't bend the knee to him. Elon Musk thought his money was going to get him a lot further in this administration, and it did. Uncle Trump was thankful, as he should be, right? Elon Musk put a lot of money into Trump's campaign, so he should be thankful, right? That's not controversial. But he also wasn't bending the knee to Elon simply because Elon is the richest person on this planet, and he donated heavily to Trump's campaign. That's not Trump's character. He's not just going to bow down to you. And I think Elon didn't like it. And he thinks that his money is going to get him further, but I don't think so. Let me play this clip.
What's up, fam? I know it's been a minute. Things that has been busy in a good way. July 5th, 2025. Happy birthday, America. Damn. Independence Day was glorious. Got to address something important, though. Didn't want to do it yesterday because yesterday was about a celebration, and the way things were timed shows me that people are, again, trying to subvert this. They couldn't rug pull the support for President Trump with the big, beautiful bill. So what do they move on to next? Statements he's making. What do they see? Elon talking about a third party. Let me tell you right now, MAGA is taking over the GOP. What you are witnessing is a diversion to split the party.
Facts.
What you're witnessing right now is a fifth generation warfare psyop. They are trying to create chaos. Why? The why is always so important because they can't stop MAGA. MAGA's exposing the grifters. MAGA's exposing the influencers with an agenda. MAGA is showing everything that they said couldn't happen. They're showing that we're making it happen. So what are they doing? They're using operatives that have been pre-planted, like we've been screaming for forever, to now tell you, maybe it's time to leave the party. Maybe it's not this. Maybe, no. All these fake-ass influencers, all these fake-ass pretenders won't sit here and acknowledge Trump has been winning for America. The tariffs, what did they tell you? Sky is falling, fail. Big beautiful bill, sky is falling, fail. Project 2025, the sky is falling, wasn't his, fail. Project Esther, sky is falling, not Trump's again, fail. They have been attacking this man, trying to subvert him, trying to destroy your confidence and your motivation, and they have failed and failed and failed. And now they're so desperate, they're to the point where they want to split up the parties. Why? Because you, as MAGA, are too powerful for them, and they can't handle you. Let them know where you stand. Trump isn't MAGA. Trump is a voice. He's symbolic of MAGA. We, the people, are MAGA.
Facts. Let your voice be heard. We, the people, are MAGA. And I do think he has a great point. We are becoming too powerful. And I've said that. We just watched an election. And I have to say this again because it is so crazy when you really think about it. When you really stop and think about it. We just witnessed an election where a candidate spent over $2 billion in 3 months and lost. We just witnessed an election where not only that happened, but at every single turn, mainstream media is Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. Whenever you turn on your television, oh my goodness, the next crisis is happening. If Trump becomes the president, we're not going to have another election. The stock market's going to crash. We're going to go to the World War III. Like every time you turn on your television. So you have that. Plus you have over $2 billion being spent for one candidate, and they still lost. They still lost. You don't think they're angry about that? You don't think they're like, what just happened? Nah, these guys are getting a little too powerful. We couldn't beat them with $2 billion. We couldn't beat them with mainstream media telling them this stuff every single day, just trying to drill it into their brains. We still couldn't beat them. How do we do it? How do we beat them? Let's split them up. Let's split them. That's the way we do it. We try to split them. I don't think it's going to work. I really don't. Because I'm going to show you guys some names that are being linked to Elon Musk's alleged new party, or some folks that have come out in support of his new party. And you guys let me know in the comments if you are in support of these individuals. Take a look at this list. We have Mark Cuban. Yeah, you know, the guy that was Kamala's mouthpiece recently. Anthony Scaramucci. You want to follow that fellow? Brian Krasenstein. Okay. Thomas Massey. Really? And here's the icing on the cake. Mike Pence. That's who you're going to follow? Now, mind you, these are some of the same folks who, you know, right, along with mainstream media and the Democrat politicians, the sky is falling, the sky. Every time Trump does anything, and none of it happened. None of it happened. They've lied to you at every single turn, and now they're trying to split the new Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party, in half because they see that we're taking over. They see that we're successful in pushing the rhinos out of the party, and we still got some rhinos. So the Republican Party, this new Republican Party is not perfect. We still have some Susan Collins. We still have some Lisa Murkowski's. We still have some Thomas Massey's. We still have some Tom Tillis's. Even John Thune. I'm not a fan of John Thune, the leader in the Senate. Okay, I'm not a fan of him. Even like what? How in the hell did we keep Mitch McConnell in this party? Kentucky, what are y'all doing? Like, thankfully he's retiring, but we should have got rid of that man a long time ago. Okay. We still got some Dan Crenshaws, right? So we still have some rhinos in the party, but we've also shown the world in the Democrat establishment that we will kick rhinos out of this party, i.e. Liz Cheney. Y'all remember that? Oh, she got the boot. She got a major boot. And we still got some work to do. So, you know, this party won't be perfect, I believe, until we get these rhinos out of the party, but we are well on our way. Also, at the same time, you have the Democrat Party floundering like a fish out of water.
Did you see the latest polls? Only 29% of Americans view the Democratic Party favorably. Approval of Democrats in Congress, just 21%, the lowest ever recorded by Quinnipiac in over a decade. This isn't a dip, it's a collapse. How did they get here? If they don't change, they don't survive. And to change, they must first be honest about how they arrived at this untenable place in history. It wasn't policy, it was conformity. A party once defined by free thought and rebellion became the party of censorship, compliance, and coerced belief. They replaced leadership with slogans, dissent with dogma, and progress with performance. They told you what to say, what to post, what to believe, and many obeyed, not out of conviction, but out of fear. Fear of being shamed, fear of being silenced, fear of being cast out by the very movement they supported. But when everyone walks in lockstep, no one's thinking. And when no one's thinking, everything dies. Policy, creativity, courage. This is how movements rot from within. You can't lead if you're afraid of debate. You can't grow if you punish disagreement. And you can't call yourself free if you conform to survive. If they don't course correct now, the Democratic Party won't just lose elections. It will cease to exist. My friends, we are all anonymous.
And, I've been saying that for a while now. And you guys have heard me say, the Democrat Party ultimately is going to have to come to a crossroad. They're going to have to come to a fork in the road, and the party's going to have to split. Because there's the really, really far left, the people that have just, they've just taken a Usain Bolt-like sprint to the left, right? They're clashing with the far left, right? The Chuck Schumers and the why can't I think of his name now? Goodness gracious. Hakeem Jeffries and the Nancy Pelosi's, right? They're clashing with them to the point where AOC might run against Chuck Schumer and take his seat in the Senate. So I think they're going to have to split. And if they split, they're not going to win an election for a really long time. Because the far left people, they're still going to be there. They're still going to have their party. And they're still going to be stubborn. And it's going to take them a while to realize, okay, our way of doing things is not popular. It's silly. Let's move on back. But that's going to take them, a generation probably to get out of. So how do you make it competitive while you're still going through all of that? You try to split the new Republican Party in half too. See what I'm saying? I call me crazy, but I think there is that kind of strategy behind all of this. Now I want to play this clip from this black brother right here because he's 1,000% on point. Check it out.
Right quick. This dude, Elon Musk, man, let me just say, getting on my last nerve. Okay, now he's forming the American Party. That's what he wants to do now because he's bored and got nothing to do. He thinks he's as cool. He thinks he's too cool. He's not as cool as he thinks he is. Also, I'm going to just say this. Hey, Elon, you see this, right? You see this. MAGA is the American Party. We are for America. We love America. We
Facts.
love America's traditions and values. We love this country. So MAGA is the American Party. So I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I guess I'm going to let you do what you do because at the end of the day, you're going to look like a fool. So, okay, Elon, I guess you back in here again, bothering everybody. Like, go keep building rockets and go to Mars, whatever. We got it down here. You go to Mars. Do what you do up there. Y'all take care.
Well said. Well said. The new Republican Party is the American Party. It is. So you're trying to duplicate that with the likes of Mark Cuban, Thomas Massey, Mike Pence, Scaramucci? Really? How in the world are you going to duplicate it with those folks? Explain that to me. I think this is just a strategy to try to break us up so that Democrats can be competitive. Because the trajectory now shows that Democrats will not be competitive anytime soon. Their party is in shambles. Absolute shambles. The only way they can compete is splitting up our party. Right? That's the only thing that they can do. They've done the fear mongering. They do it every 2 seconds. Every time Trump announces anything, oh my goodness, the world is falling apart. And of course, it never does, right? It never does. So that's not working. They tried to spend as much money as humanly possible, over $2 billion in 3 months. How in the world do you burn through that much money in that short of time? And they still lost. And it wasn't even close. Lost every single swing state, and they lost the popular vote still with that kind of money being spent on their candidate. I mean, on one hand, I don't blame them, right? Because if I was on the other side watching something like this happen in the new Republican Party, I'm like, bro, how do we beat this? We can't beat this, bro. These guys are winning left and right. We've tried everything. Only thing we have left to do now is just split them up. Let's let them agree to split up rather than us trying to break them up. We'll present them with this America party because that's what they claim they're for. We'll present them with this, and hopefully they just walk apart. They split apart on their own. Like, nah, bro, I don't see it happening. Y'all let me know in the comments if you would join Elon Musk party. Y'all let me know.
Christian, I want to ask you about this news, this breaking news about Elon Musk setting up his own America party or whatever it is. It's strange, you know, someone should make a film about the Elon Musk Donald Trump story, but what is this a publicity stunt? Is this serious? Obviously it's no threat, but what does it actually mean in your opinion, Christian?
I think it doesn't mean very much. Musk gets, I don't know what he does beforehand, if there's a substance involved or not, but he gets on Twitter. This isn't just a one-night thing at 2 in the morning. He's been on this for a while, but it's clearly hurt feelings he has with Donald Trump. An independent party, it's probably meaningless. We have a Libertarian Party already in the United States. It's different than the Libertarian movement. The Libertarian Party usually gets a couple of points and takes them away from mostly Republicans. Then usually there's a Green Party or some other wacko party that takes a couple points from Democrats. The risk is if this rises to something like Ross Perot, who's a businessman who challenged George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton in 1992 and took 19% of the vote. There's a dispute among historians whether he took votes equally from both candidates or if, like me, you believe he took most of them from George H.W. Bush and let the Democrats win. But you remember Musk, we're 3 years from the election, and also he comes from Silicon Valley, and most Americans hate Silicon Valley. The idea that a billionaire who's born in South Africa is going to waltz in and tell us how to run the country. This has none of the populism of Ross Perot. The economy is in great shape, unlike 1992, where the 1990 recession was over, but times really weren't that good. Also, that 1992 election came on the heels of 12 years of Republican rule, and people were just ready for a change. They were ready to elect a baby boomer. Bad idea. Anyway, none of those factors are in play here. So I don't think it'll lead to much.
Now you mentioned
facts. I don't see it going too far, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I am not above being wrong, but like I said, my humble opinion is this isn't going to go very far. I think most people are going to see through the smoke screen and not buy into this nonsense of Elon Musk throwing a temper tantrum and thinking he can just throw money around to get people to join his side of the political aisle. And to simply name your party the American Party, I think is silly because, as my good brother said in the clip that I played for you earlier, the new Republican Party is the American Party. So that's pretty redundant. Name it something else. Like, we are the American Party already. Once again, is this party perfect? Absolutely not. We still have some rhinos in this party that we need to get out. Once again, the Lisa Murkowskis, the Susan Collins, the Mitch McConnells, the Tom Tillises, the Dan Crenshaws, right? The John Cornyn's, the John Thunes, right? We still have some rhinos, some people that are less than stellar in this party that I would love to push out of this party so we can elect more folks that are truly America first, like Trump wants to do. But this whole notion of, oh yeah, I'm going to start an America party, like as if like we don't exist. Come on now, bro. Stop it. Stop it. I mean, thank you for, buying X. Thank you for contributing to Trump's campaign. Like we greatly appreciate it. We're not like the left, and we're not going to bash you over the head. You know what I mean? Not literally, but with words, right? We're not like the left and going to do a bunch of that stuff. But like, no, this is silly. Stop it. Stop it with the nonsense. And then also, like, this is going to be bad for Elon because not only did you already piss off the left, but now you're pissing off people on the right. So, like, who do you have? You already pissed, like, the left was burning your cars, burning them, firebombing your dealerships. We were standing up to defend this nonsense. Some of us bought some of your vehicles to make up for it, to say, hey, thank you. We're not really electric car drivers over on this side, but hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. And this is, our way of showing our appreciation. But now you're pissing us off too? I don't know, man. I just don't think that's a good move. I really don't. But as always, y'all let me know in the comments. All right, make sure you guys hit that like button. Share this video with any and all of your Republican friends and family. I want to hear all of your opinions in the comments, all right? Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.